Here we are back with EEVEE by Lego Pokemon. This is set number 72151, contains 587 pieces, retails for $59.99. That was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yes, it's a build-together set. Well, remember in the last installment we did just this little guy right here. We're still missing some parts, obviously the tail and the head. And yeah, one printed building guide, you get a brick separator with it, you get the works. Everything's printed. I'm going to say right now it's still at a 10. Nothing really has disintegrated yet, but once we assembled it, it seems pretty sturdy, so I'm not too disappointed with this. So in this build installment today, we're going to be wrapping up, looks like the tail and the head and all sorts of stuff. So I think we are in for a treat today. And yeah, well, let's get to it. But before I can get to building, I got to read the disclaimer off. These are just meant to be videos for entertainment, not to be construed as professional how-tos or walkthroughs or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for Lego and my experiences in building this set. As if I did this as a tutorial, it would be very extensive, and I don't have that kind of time to go in depth on in terms of what pieces go where. But I'm just showing you how to put it together more or less. These are just for entertainment. So the commentary in here is free, of course, except with the exception of this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review or whatever. They did send this to me, so it's more or less like a paid promotional offer. So all the opinions in here are mine and mine alone. And finally, watch the video all the way through, because I do make mistakes through these, not intentionally. So if I get time or remember, I will correct the mistake in the video. Okay, but I've been reading a lot of comments. Obviously, these help you out with the build, so that's a good thing, but I cannot guarantee it. That's why I have to read the disclaimer off. Okay, well, let's get again. I can't even talk to you. Let's begin with bag 4. And this is one that I really wanted to get into to build, and today is the 24th of March 2026. Okay, we also got this, so that's a nougat. We've seen those before. I thought that was in dark orange. Oh, an orange 2x4 brick. Remember that big old pumpkin I built? Yeah, that's what we used there. Whoops. Let me get this down here for you here. There we go. Just trying to get everything situated here for your viewing experience. One of the things I try to do is make it to where you can see what I'm doing. If I was just sitting here talking without you seeing any visuals, then it would just be more or less like a video vlog or a podcast. These could be podcasts too. So it looks like we're putting together the tail. I'm not really sure what that is. So like I've mentioned a few installments, if this is your first set, because I know some people are into Pokemon, this is probably their first Lego set, just take your time. This is supposed to be fun. You don't need to rush through it. Just take a breather and say, okay, let's begin. Everybody's up right now. Everybody's here, unfortunately, so I'm going to keep it down a little bit. I sound like I'm tired. It's been a very long week, but I'm glad to read on some of the comments. You know, the whole point about doing YouTube is to conversate with you, and I did read a comment. I can't remember who it was, my apologies, but you like the commentary, you like the conversations. You know, that's the whole goal. I'm doing things differently than most people do. You know, I don't want to just sit here and build a set and say I'm done. Well, that's a nice transition there. But yeah, I mean, I'm really pleased with that. I mean, I read the comments on here. I'm not like some, and I try to acknowledge everybody. I'm extremely behind on comments. But I did remember when, I can't remember who this Brick Bard or one of you had mentioned about the DMV. I bet you're relieved. Yes, I'm relieved. I don't want to have to wait around for a bus. Nothing wrong with riding a bus, but I don't have bus services out here. And to try to get a ride I'd rather drive myself. So, yeah, I'm just glad legally can drive a car. I got my new license in the mail, by the way. You know how the license pictures are always kind of crummy? Yeah, so I managed to get, they made me smile in mine. They caught me when I was smiling. I thought, oh, I don't like that, but, hey, I'm not going to complain because I don't want to have to go back down there to retake a picture. And two, no one's going to care what I look like. The only thing they care about if it's a valid license or not. So, hey, as long as I can drive a car, I don't care. So, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And, I forgot to put a 2x2 plate in there. My bad, I skipped step. This was supposed to be in step 120. Whoopsie, my bad. Okay, I put that in there. That's why I say you got to watch the video all the way through, because I don't intentionally make mistakes. But it does happen from time to time. This thing's kind of flimsy right now. Hopefully we'll strengthen that up here soon. Got the ear there. Hold the phone. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, it didn't snap that loud. Well, that's depressing, Lego. You've been quieting these things down lately? You got the ear there, but you're like, oh, we've got to keep it extra quiet so we don't wake anybody up who's building a Lego set, and it's got to be in stealth mode today. But I always enjoy reading the comments, even the nasty ones, too. I haven't had any nasty comments, so I can at least report that. I always check. I did a video on how to repair base plates. I was really surprised there's people out there who disliked it. And I just got to thinking, you know, why hide behind a dislike? If you have something to say, say it. As long as you're constructive, I'm not going to delete your comment. I don't have to like it or heart it, but I'm not going to delete it. It's up to you. But some people hide behind those stupid like and dislike buttons. You know? I'm thinking it could be worse. I could put it behind a paywall and you'd be in trouble, huh? That disintegrated. So yeah, I'm going to say this thing now. I'm going to give it down to a 9, 9.5. It's just the build quality's kind of flaking when I'm building it. But, you know. And some people don't get too. I don't have to share my tutorials. I don't have to share my knowledge. I can keep that for myself and just be like, yeah, that's only for me, but I'm not going to do that. Dude, just keep belching up a storm. My nephew drinks so much soda, he's always burping. And he does these ridiculously loud ones, which is kind of annoying. I mean, I did it when I was a teenager, but now as an adult, it's not really girls don't find that attractive, so I don't do that. Plus, I've grown up some. Okay, so I'm missing some parts here. These. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking nougat. No, they're in orange. You know, Lego's got to hide some bright colors in there, so yeah, well, we'll do that. I was like looking for the thing. Wait, what? I don't have any of these parts. But, you know, this is the tail, obviously. The tail's probably going to weigh more than the torso. But I don't know. Oh, I did go through the dentist. I think I mentioned this the last one. They didn't find anything wrong with me, so I got out of there cheap. So it does pay to have dental insurance. If you keep up on your teeth and you go regularly, the insurance does pay itself off. And if you just don't go that often, then yeah, I could see why. So get dental insurance. It does help. So clean bill of health. And I just got to wait probably a year or two, and I got to go for a full physical again. And I'll probably go, oh, Jay, you got to eat more. You're way underweight. It's like right now I'm like 150 because of the depression from the DMV and stuff. But now I can get away with that. Well, not too bad at all for the torso. And let's see here. We got a few more parts to put on here before I check my videos. I've been getting a lot of videos done here. And Okay, this goes right in the middle here. I'm going to stick this piece in here. That's what the instructions say, and then just do it like that and just hinge it. I've done that several times now. I think I saw this in another building guide, which works really good because you get this seamless joint here. It works really well for inside corners. And then now we got to put a nose cone on the hinge here. Oh, I already put, this is supposed to be at the bottom. Whoops, I did it out of order. Well, come on, get on there, EEVEE. There's the tip of the tail. Okay, now we're moving on to something else here with some bright orange bricks. Got to build one, so I don't know what we're doing here. I think this is probably going to be one of the sides. Yeah, I've been looking at places to go camping. And found a couple of places to go for the summer. I just have to beat the summer crowd. It's getting warm out here. We're already in the 90s right now. Well, half the country's freezing. We're sweating out here. So I'm trying to think of some places to go that we can get away from technology. Maybe crack open Pokemon Go or something like that, but I don't even want to think. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I bet there's a mirror with this. You know what? I'm going to do that one while it's fresh in my mind. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Hold on, did I mess up on that guy? No, I didn't. But, I mean, just trying to find a place to go camping that everybody likes. My girlfriend doesn't care if she sleeps on the ground. I don't either. The younger kids, they don't want to sleep on the ground. They want to sleep on something soft. And I understand that, but for me, when you're camping, it's supposed to be roughing it. If I want to bring a bed with me, I would just, not deal with it. Okay. So I got both of the sides of. Boy, this has got some weight to it. Alright, so yeah. And then we're still on this side here. You know what sounds good as a pizza? Pepperoni pizza. From a pizza parlor. I'm going to put these on right now. I'd like to see if my bunch would like to go for a pizza. But everybody's taking a nap right now or eating junk food. So I better not mention the pizza. One of you mentioned, Jay, you seem like you live in a very interesting household. Yeah, more or less, yes. But looks like we're building two of these. So let me just build the other one right now while we're here. I'll suggest, like, hey, let's go out for Mexican food, or we'll go out for Chinese food or something like that. And I'll hear the nose, and that's just like a hint, just like, don't mention that, so I won't. Alright, I'll put this one over here. Back to this side again. Sorry if it's getting confusing with this. I can get caught up in my own conversations sometimes. That's why sometimes I wish I had a companion that did this stuff with me. Why doesn't my girlfriend do this stuff? Because she doesn't care much for Lego. So I just kind of leave it at that. And this next all night show goes here. It's got a nice texture to it, huh? Yeah, it's not too bad of a build, though. I'm not dissatisfied with it. I mean, it's I'd say this is pretty seamless. I mean, you're going to have the holes, but I mean, just pretend that those are not there. And now the book's telling us to do that. Now this is isolated because now we're putting it on the main build here. Well, let's stick that on its rear end. I'm going to probably hold it like that. I'm just going to rotate that thing in there. So now it goes like that. I guess you could just do it like this. So it doesn't wag back and forth. Well, it doesn't go up anymore. So that's as far. It won't hinge. You'd have to do that. Yeah, but it does that. So I guess it would just wag. I mean, oh wow, EEVEE, your tail is too heavy. It'll just tip. Looks like a Growlithe. That'd have been kind of cool if this was a Growlithe. But yeah, so far that's what we've done for bag 4 with yeah, no pieces remaining. Okay, now we're going to move on to bag 5. Yeah, I can't wait to edit that one anime video, but yeah, about my VTuber character. I'm slowly getting the hang of how to do the hair. But having over 500 strands of hair, I think the texture is a little too much. So I'm going to rewrite it and tone it down. But I'm learning how to do that in Blender and stuff. So there's another one that can help you set up stuff too, which I've been kind of using a bit more. It's more for beginners. Is Vroid. That's another one that's free that you can tinker with. It's like we're doing the skull of EEVEE here, gray skull. But you know, just to oh wow, these come into dark azure. Oh, I could use those. I don't know how to use them for, but it's a nice color to have. Will I part stuff out like this? Probably so. I don't know about EEVEE, but I could always take it apart and rob these and put the white ones in there. But yeah, let's get going here. We got some nice bright colors in here. Don't roll off. Stay there. Yeah, I got to go out and pressure wash the side of the house. After they sprayed, we've been having a lot of ants, and we keep the cans, like the soda cans, you know, when they get crushed and stuff, so we could take them down and get them recycled. And it's on this side of the walls. I think that's where the bugs are coming from, that people say, oh, you got bugs in your house. No, that's just when they spray. Okay, now we're doing another section here. Alrighty. So this is going to be one of those sets that I'm going to review. The review on this one's going to be very easy. How long will the review be? It's going to probably take me about maybe I got a better idea. Let me do it like this. There we go. Now I got that flush. This is going to be about an hour, so 2 hours, and then the review, it's not going to take that long. It'll probably take longer to read the notes off than anything. Yes, if you're not a fan of Technic, I don't blame you, but we got to do it. I got a bunch of other sets that I need to get done. I was down to 9, I'm back up to 10. After I get this one, I'll be back down to 9 again because of the set Lego sent me. I denied another offer. These are themes that I'm just not too interested in, and save those for an ambassador who's interested in it. I just don't want to collect every Lego set. It's nice to have every part at my disposal. But honestly, and I used to preach this, you can never not have enough parts. You can have enough parts. You can have way too many. I thought that would rotate, but that's what they want. Alright, well, okay. I don't know. I have no clue. Oh, battery level is low. Oh no. I need to take care of that right now. These type of bricks with the 2 adjacent studs, I'm getting those like crazy. So I got to find the power adapter here to plug the camera in. Because when it's down to 1 bar, the battery on this thing is starting to get shot. So I need to get a new battery for it eventually. Okay, it goes like that. And there we are. I don't want to drop those parts from the secret video that I can't talk about right now. It has parts. As a matter of fact, this video, it pretty much had like a set number like Lego does. Let me plug this in here. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about being interrupted, huh? Alright. Back to this. Alright. Alrighty. But we have to admit about Lego, though, it's just fun. It's fun. It's a fun little toy to play around with, and well, a building art medium, if you want to call it for art. This is, to me, I use it more for art. This is like my version of doing like a painting or a drawing. Although I'm getting better at drawing Japanese-style anime figures. I kind of refer it more to as Japanese art. Animation art. So I'm getting better at the eye proportions, where the eyes are placed at, you know. The face, we have the eyes thirds, and you got the face divided up into fourths. I'm getting familiar with that. And it's a lot of the stuff I remembered back from college taking art class. It's the same principles, just the proportions are slightly different for anime characters versus just regular humanoid drawings. So I've been slowly learning how to do that. And you know, I could either pay someone to do it for me, but then again, that's taking the fun out of it. Why don't I just learn how to draw, and I can have AI. I've tried using AI to animate something, and it just came out so bad. I just figured, nope, I'm going to learn how to do it myself. Because then I can customize it the way I want to, just like Lego. I tried one time, a year ago, to do, could I get AI to write up building guides? No, it just does not work. So what do? I write everything up by hand. So every building guide you see on my Brickable profile is written by me. Okay, so it looks like we're putting something there, but I have a feeling that could be a mirror. Okay, it's going to be a mirror. Okay, well, let's do just that. Let's do a mirror. Okay, if we're not sure, don't do it. But I know now, so I read ahead. Or I glanced ahead. Okay, there, right there. Okay. All right. I could be like, what's his name, Mr. Bean? Oh my gosh, there's a horror here. What is that there? You know, that kind of thing, Mr. Bean. I always like watching Mr. Bean videos. Those are always fun to watch. Good old Mr. Bean. If you have a bad day, watching his skits get you out of a bad mood real quick. Real quick. Okay, so far so good. I haven't really messed up on this build yet. You know, wait a minute. Whoa! I gotta put a stud there. Hey, at least I'm catching the mistakes before I get too aggressive with it or too advanced, and I royally mess up. We got a sub step. Okay. And then we'll come back in here and do this one here. 2x3 medium nougat plates. That's a color that I don't have a lot of in that size. Well, you know, am I really going to part this one out? I don't know yet. I don't really keep sets all that much. You know, for something like this, I'm kind of on the fence on if I can keep the dust off of her or him or whatever it is. I can probably get away with it. But I'm trying to think of do I really need the parts out of this set that bad? There's a lot of pieces out of here that I could use for furnishings and landscaping, but not like stuff that I don't have too much of already. Now, if this was just a regular animal 3-in-1 figure, I probably wouldn't care. But okay, it goes like that. Okay, that means that this one goes like that. Got a mirror. And then now we got to take this and fill this little hole here. Let me find the right one here. Okay, that's what we need there. Put that right there. We got to put the toilet paper holder or the toilet roll in there. And then that means that this one needs one on this side. Whoa, that's not the right part. Like that. There. And of course we put the regular ones in here, and then we've got to do a lot of tiling in here. That's not too bad. Oh, EEVEE. Oh boy, I can't wait to play with EEVEE. Now we just got to make the other, what, 9 or 10 evolved forms of EEVEE. Lego could literally just do a whole entire series. They could just do a yearly series on just EEVEE alone if they pace themselves right on releasing sets. Okay. So this guy, here's the tile. It goes right here. Okay, that's how it's supposed to look. That means that this one goes here. It's starting to come apart. Yeah. Maybe this is the neck for EEVEE. We don't know yet. See, I don't know what these things are until I get to it. Okay, so skip all that because we just did the other side here. And then put that on. Okay, good. Step 175. Place these here. That. Yeah. But when I was at the beach, so I had a lot of seafood. Now I'm seafood out. At least we have some of the color here other than nougat and white and stuff. And then this goes on here. Like that. Whoa. Well, I'm trying to get it on there. Alright, if that doesn't fit, I'm going to have to wiggle and jiggle and pinch and pull and stuff. Well, it doesn't look like anything yet, but we're still working on this apparently. So yeah, that takes care of the, I think the, what would you call this? Maybe the neck portion of the head? And that's what we have nothing remaining for bag 5. Alright, and we're going to wrap up this build here with bag 6. And I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Brickable for being contributors. It's always a big help. In addition to that, thank everyone for taking the time to check out my Rebrickable profile and downloading my building guides. This also shows your support for the content too. Oh, well, we've got anime eyes. And most importantly, if you like my crude commentary, my bad attitude, my nasty stories, thank you for taking the time to subscribe and dropping comments and liking the videos and all that stuff. You know, of course, if you didn't like it, you wouldn't be here. And if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be filming these too. And yeah, oh, we're building EEVEE's head. Isn't that cool? Okay. I'm looking for a 1x2 here, and we got some of these corner plates. I've been hoarding these little L's or 7s. I've been hoarding those up. Oh, wow. Somebody told me that there was an Easter egg in here, and I guess these are all the other evolved forms of EEVEE. So we're going to have to put those in there. So those are like the eggs. Lots of hidden treasures today. Like Jolteon, Vaporeon, what's that one? Electrogon? I don't know what's his name in here. Jolteon, Vaporeon, Espeon, Umbreon. I have no clue. I really have no clue. But what I do know is that we got that done. And I'll put these in here. Yeah, I don't have any new tutorials yet to film, but I did get one big one that I had to get done. I managed to finish it up while I had some quiet time, maybe a week ago. So now I think I think I have 13 more tutorials left, 13 or 14 more tutorials I got left to do. So I'm like 71% done with my content for tutorials. So we got to make 2 of these, so that's even better. And I'm hoping to get another vehicle or two squeezed out here. I got a couple of them in my mind I want to start tinkering with, but I want to do is do a little bit of set filming today so I can get on to editing these. I'm still working on that educational set, and that one I just did not want to do. So the educational sets, I'm going to say are a bust. If LEGO says, hey, we're going to send more of these to you, I'm just going to deny them unless I have nothing left to film, where I don't have, like, all my reviews are done. Like right now I'm still behind, so I won't accept any more sets. Of course I get that, well, you know, why do you do that, Jay? Why don't you accept every set? And okay, these fit in like that. I can't take every set, you know, that's tempting, but then again I just don't. And leave the sets that I'm not interested in for an ambassador who does. There's just certain themes that I just cannot get into. Pokemon is one thing that I can get into, but the rest of them not so much. Alright, so okay, we need 2 of these corner pieces. And that's a nice piece to have. I wish it was rounded on the inside, but hey, I'll take that. That's not too bad, huh? Yeah, but a lot of you have mentioned you like the ramblings, you like my storytellings, you like the ventings. Yeah, sometimes it just helps me clear my mind. What if somebody in my family hears this and they can deal with it? You know, I don't really care anymore, to be honest. You know. I just do this stuff for fun, and if somebody takes it serious, then so be it. Okay. Oh, I gotta find it first. We gotta be careful. There's EEVEE's mouth right there. Isn't that cool? So far I'm pleased with the printed parts. This just feels like a high-end model. I don't feel like I'm, you know, for 60 bucks it better be printed. But the part count on this set is about average, so not too dissatisfied with that. You know, some said, well, Jay, why do you care if they're printed or not? Just, it makes it feel better, and too, I don't want to have to put stickers on anything. And when I see stuff like this that's printed, this entices me more to keep this as a display novelty item than to just, you know. I got to finish up that Persona 5 game. A buddy of mine said it takes over 100 hours to complete. I probably have only logged about 5 or 6 hours. It's going to take me years to pass that game. But I take my time on video games because games are expensive, and I just try to savor the flavor. Oh, okay, this piece is printed here, so we got to make sure it's not a regular one. Oh, we got the little nose. Oh, cool, but we're missing something. Oh, EEVEE's missing something. Got the anime eyes. What if I put them like this? No, it has to be the right way. Yeah. Not too bad, huh? And then we got to marry these two items together. So it looks like it goes right there with this blue on the top. Just wiggle that in there a little bit and push that in. You know what sounds good right now is a barbecue steak. It's starting to get some weight to it. I can hear this EEVEE's cry in my head now. But yeah, steak does sound good. Alright, so we got a bunch of cheese slopes on the top for fur. Alrighty. Making sure you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm not the best YouTuber in the world, but one thing I always like to do is show respect for viewers and stuff. When it comes time to, when you build stuff like this, I don't belittle people for not knowing how to put a set together. To some, this is new to them, and I want to make their build experience just as pleasant as mine. Alright, speaking of pleasant, I think we're going to keep the rain out of the back of his head, but I'm going to look ahead. Okay, that is, it's the top parts, it's the back top. Okay, well, let's get to it here. Yeah, but that does sound good as some meat. Sorry for you vegetarians or vegans, but gotta have some meat in my diet. Nice good old steak. Now I gotta have my meat well done. I can't have it rare. If it starts seeing the pink, it just, ugh. It's gotta be dead. I'm making sure that meat is dead. Alright, and this goes on here. And then it's a brick with bow. This is a nice set you can put together any time of the year. So usually I say some sets are good for summer and stuff. This one here I'd say is good for any time of the year. I got a bunch of these in various colors. Oh, I forgot to put the pieces on the bottom. Whoopsie. Well, we'll do that right now. Kind of plug those in there. There. Okay, and then now we got to stick it right here. Okay. Okay, it goes on the back like that. Whoopsie, it's starting to come apart. But I'm missing something there. Is that normal? Okay, that's left open. So it's like this, how it is in the building guide. So it looks just like the picture. And then we rotate it around. Now we got to focus our attention here. These right here are a nice piece to have. And, stuff like this, though, you can... The thing also about doing sets like this, I can see what parts are out there in certain colors, and if I need them for my own personal builds, I can buy them and for my own creations. And then now we got to put this onto that. Well, okay. Well, let's hope it doesn't break, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my fingers like this here. Boy, this really makes my hand show red. I'm just going to pop that joint in there like that. If you could see what I'm doing, let me see if you can see this here. I just stick that right in there. Sorry if you cannot see it. Oh, there it is, right there. Ready? Here we go. Oh, it's on backwards. There we go. Come on, stop fighting, EEVEE. Oh no, he can say yes and he could say no. Oh no. Okay, so now we got the head tape. This has got some weight to it. So it looks like now we're doing the ears. And I'm assuming the ears are mirrored. So we're going to assume that because it's only telling us to build one. So we're going to start with the ears. And then the one I'm building closest to me is the one that goes on first. And like I said this in previous videos, you don't have to build like I do. There's always a question, there's always been debate, what's the correct way to build a Lego set? It's what works for you. You know, what I'm building is merely a suggestion. You don't have to copy what I do. Some people do, and then they kind of get mad at me. And it's like, you know, you just build it the way you see fit. If you don't like the way I build this, you can build it any way you want. Nobody's going to stop you. You know, at the end of the day, it's up to you, the builder, to put this stuff together. That's why a lot of parents like watching their kids watching my videos. Is I don't tell you there's no right or wrong way to do these. You know, there is just the only right way is just to have fun. Unless you just get some set that you just don't want to build, like those educational sets. And, you know, I'll understand that. So, I'm here to build, not to learn. I already did enough of that back in college and high school and stuff. I don't want to do it anymore. I do it even at work. I'm learning how to do writing up my own VTuber stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to learn some new stuff sometime. I can sketch an anime figure on paper, but on the computer it's a whole different beast. It really is. These are handy bricks, so if you start getting those in your various sets, hoard them. Hoard them up. Oh, you think they would have had EEVEE on the line here? They just have some lame dot? Well, that's not cool, Lego. I thought it would have been more than that. Alright. I was going to say these could be clones, but no, this is just a... Okay. This goes here. We've got to build the one over here. Okay, let's flip it here. Okay. Alright, whoa, no, almost made a mistake. Whoopsie. Alright. There's our ears so far, we're getting there. I don't have a lot of parts left. You notice it gets faster as you go, because I'm not rifling through parts. You know, once you go faster, you know, going through this. Now, there's always some people who say that I build too slow on these. I want to take my time. I want to savor the build. I'm not here to race to get this done. There's no time limit. I just want to build and enjoy the set. Some people obviously will agree with me on that one. You know, some want to race to get the set built. Let's just do this one here because it's easy to remember that one here. Okay. Yeah, I've been getting into Devil is a Part-Timer. Been watching that too. I just got done with Rent a Girlfriend. And I kind of left it at a cliffhanger. I'm like, oh no, I gotta wait for the new season to come out? You're gonna make me wait? By then I may not be in that anime fixing, or I may do something else. And then after that, that's it. Now we have to install the ears. But before we do, this is what we have remaining here for bag 6. Nice colorful selection of parts. Alright, you go on there. Come on, EEVEE, stand up straight. Stop playing. This is not a video game. Alright. So this here goes over here. Well, that's straightforward enough. Just put that right in that friction stub. Same thing here. Okay. Well, that's not how his ears are supposed to be. I think that's what they're supposed to be. Then we build the other ear, and then that's it. that concludes this build. Now, when I do the tour on this, obviously, it's going to be easy. And let's check our work. What does it look like on the box? Oh. Got big enough ears, and you can move them around and stuff like that. Yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is let's set it up. So if you're motion sickness, my apologies. I'm going to have to drop this camera thing down. But it's not like it's a bad build. I'm going to say about a 9.5 due to build quality on this set. And it's not going to be a 10, obviously. Everything's printed, instructions were easy to follow. My build experience is pretty pleasant with this. Build quality seems average. It's probably the only thing. But I think that if you're looking for something for your, if you're an EEVEE fan or you're a Pokemon fan, I mean, I really need to tighten that up. That is so loose. I mean, here you go. I may have to turn off the ring light. Just trying to get him or her, I don't know yet. Fully posable, obviously. Trying to... Wow, that's kind of blurry, huh? I thought it would zoom in all the way. This camera does have a limitation here. How far can I go with her eyes? Okay, that's when it starts losing focus. So I can only go up so far, and then it does that. So I better not do that, so I don't want to play with somebody's eyes there. But yeah, I'm going to say that... let's go down a little lower here. I'm going to say that she's pretty good. I think this was a winner here today. I wasn't bored putting it together. I had a lot of fun with it. The legs are kind of I don't know, they just I think they're just meant to kind of sit, but I noticed the legs, like she'll walk on her heels. Let me just kind of get the back legs here set up here a little bit. That's probably the only downside. They should have left these more square in the back, but yeah, I'd say that she's ready to go for her debut. I mean, it looks like an EEVEE. I'm sure this is probably 1-to-1. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think we're ready for the actual tour here. But I'm not dissatisfied with it. This one looks really good for what it is, especially for $60. Kind of small, but it's built pretty good. Just during the construction is where I had issues. But I don't know, it looks like we're missing something up here. Let me make sure here real quick before I make a fool of myself. It doesn't show any other... No. There's nothing back there. Oh, wow, she can frolic in the forest. Oh, boy. I wish you could do that in real life, but no, she won't be able to be suspended up that long. But I think we're ready for the formal tour. Let's get this going in here, because I've only got like 55 minutes left. So yeah, let's just deal with that. Let's go ahead and give her her final debut. So here we have the EEVEE all assembled, and honestly she has a very interesting build. And let's take a quick 360 spin tour of her. And all the graphics you see here are printed. Nothing stickered. Everything is just printed. Makes this feel like a really high-end build. Everything does move, the joints, legs, everything. So she's fully posable. So the ears move, the head moves around. I mean, if you really want to get kind of crazy, she can look on her back too and see what's going on. You know, the limbs move. I mean, all this stuff does move. And you can see where these are all hidden under here. Really nice. In addition, her rear limbs move too. These don't move all that much. but she can sit if you want her to sit. Like that, kind of. I mean, there is going to be some limitations, so I'm not dissatisfied with how this one here turned out. So it's a really fun posable figure here. And then you got her tail. Going up and down doesn't seem like it does anything, but it does wag back and forth. It does rotate. So, but other than that, that's pretty much what it is. It's just your standard brick-built animal, except this one here is EEVEE. This is not like just some generic dog or anything we're building. Although it'd be nice if this was a Growlithe. Or maybe a Meowth. Maybe one day we'll get those. But yeah, it's just a typical brick-built animal. I mean, it's meant to be just a shelf's queen. So we're going to start the review with play value, and even though if this is a posable figure, I think that she is more or less just meant to sit on a shelf and look pretty. And that's just what it is. Now, you could probably put this in a Lego City as a statue, but she's be overpowering a road. Put some wheels on it, maybe make it a float for your city. You know, it's hard to say now since we got Pokemon sets. So I would say that, yeah, this one here is not really city worthy. But for build quality, though, I'd say it's average to above average. When I was constructing the set, some parts will flake off, but once the model is assembled, EEVEE seems pretty sturdy. I haven't had anything fall off of her. So I'd say build quality is pretty good. Build experience now was fun. I had a good time putting this one together. It was really fun just to sit back and build something that's a novelty item that I could relate to. Now, I didn't get into Pokemon until I was in my 20s because that's when it came out. But for something like this is a nice little novelty set to build. Now, Lego said this set can go up to 1 to 3 people, which is pretty much what it is because the head is isolated from the torso. So how it's broken down is these front limbs and the torso are one person. The second person can build these 2 items here, and the third person can build the head. So I'd say up to 3 people comfortably can put this together to share the build. So it's a good way to share your build experience and the play value with the build. And overall, though, I'm pretty pleased with this set. So I'm going to give the score on this thing a 9.5 out of 10. Just do it a little bit for the build quality during the construction. If you're looking for a group build, here you go. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm not dissatisfied with EEVEE. And do I think it's worth $60? I'd say it's a little on the high end. I think maybe $50 for this would be fine. But then I have to take in the account it is a posable figure, and everything is printed. There's no stickers, brick separator. So I'd say $50 to $60, maybe a good price point for this. But as you can tell, she's rather small. And if I had the box nearby, I could read off the measurements to you. And she does roughly stand about 19 centimeters tall or 7.5 inches. And in the width, it is 21 centimeters or 8.5 inches wide from tail to face. So she's rather on the small side. And honestly, I'm not disappointed with this one. I enjoyed putting this one together. And if you're looking for a Pokemon themed set you could share with the family, here you go. Up to 3 people can build this. And overall, it does look like EEVEE, but tell me what you think.